Hello you heretical players you! Welcome to Board Gamer. Today I'm going to be starting a Let's Play of Dark Crusade, Dawn of War Dark Crusade. It's a game I enjoy quite a lot. Yeah, there's nothing to activate there, I don't know why I always look there. I did attempt to install a mod for the game, but I don't think it took. So we're just sort of gonna go with it. Gonna see what we can do here. Just leave all that as it is, it doesn't really matter. I do have some saved games, but I'm going to start a new one. I think I might be Space Marines. I don't know actually. We'll see who I want to be.
The planet Cronus.
The planet
Beset
Cronus.
on all sides by the tides of war. This
I used to love
once
this
quiet colony became a savage.
I first got into playing this game when I was in school.
On this one world, each refusing to
Secondary
back
school,
down.
that is. First got
Each
into playing it.
convinced
No,
was
actually
in the
before
right.
that. I've been with this game a long time.
From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert.
Not one of the most
came the
technically
Necron.
impressive games. I don't think it really was even when it came out. It was basically just a expanded version of Dawn of War.
Already had its eyes on the planet.
That's fine. You
From
know,
the
it
depths
doesn't need
of
to
the
be
war.
more than that.
The demonic forces of chaos arrived.
Even if it doesn't, it clearly hasn't aged well.
To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire.
I'm going to skip this. I'm just going to skip this now. Okay. So who am I going to be? You've got Chaos. Got the Eldar. Space Marines Tower. It's interesting actually because I recently heard that they had to change a bunch of names. The Warhammer people had to change a bunch of names because, well, you can't copyright Space Marines. Space Marines have been around before Warhammer was doing shit. Orcs are obviously a very generic fantasy race. Well, Chaos, again, that's just lazy. And Eldar, I guess you just misspelled Elder. So yeah, they have to change a bunch of names. I know Space Marines, let's do Space Marines.
The Space Marines of the
Okay, we're going to skip these because there's no need to sit through them.
Welcome to the single-player campaign for Dawn of War.
Don't need to hear any of that. Okay, so let's get right into it. There's that one or that one. Let's go for the one with more resistance, like with a higher threat level. I say threat level. I did want to do a Soulstorm one actually. I still might. There's a lot of mods available for Sisters of Battle stuff on the sites. I might give it a look. We'll see what happens. It depends if I have fun doing this one. So far it's looking like the mod that I installed didn't take any effect. Fair enough, fair enough.
While the enemies of
Let's
the
get my
Empire
commander
still
over
draw
here.
breath, there can be no peace.
Now, I do like this game quite a lot, but the one downside it has is, like, if you're doing a bunch of missions one after another, it does get very boring.
Scouts here.
So, especially if you play like me even, because I like to build up an area as much as I physically can before I advance. And I only recently started getting into building scouts at all, so...
What is your will? Yes, most beneficent one.
I do apologise if I burp, I'm going to try and avoid burping right into my microphone, but... I apologise in advance if I don't catch it in time.
Strategic point
Capture that point over there.
identified.
Here to serve.
Strategic points, handy. Did you get the requisition resource? No. Oh, we got Eldar Rangers up
Beware
there.
the
Right,
alien,
Captain, it's
the
time for you to go and do your job. Go and chainsaw them.
The enemy is attacking.
Now, you see that little blue bar? That's my morale bar. Enemies that can break it are quite dangerous, because the less morale your character has, the less effective they are in battle. I personally like that, because it kind of gives them a, you know, it's not just health damage to watch out for, it's their actual will to fight. I can't remember if I've got persistent bodies on actually, I tend to turn it off because well, I don't need it. Just look at the way they die, it's not even convincing. Yeah, he's hanging around, I probably do have persistent bodies on. Oh, I captured it, brilliant, my scouts can now support my commander up here.
Gathering intelligence.
Walk softly and
Now,
carry a
Dawn
big
of War
gun.
2 improved upon a lot of this formula. For example, you see all your squads at the side there. in Dawn of War 2 you don't see all your units here, which can be a bit, you know, I don't always know why I haven't got available to me. I am the sort of person who forgets shit frequently.
At your command.
Captain, come over here, rally, join back up with your scouts.
We shall know.
Because at least they've got rifles. You brought a pistol.
At your command.
Dumb person. Right, we need a Space Marine squad. You know, the actual Space Marines. So let's have a look at you guys. Yeah, so they got like this one little black eye. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. You know, at one point when I had one of my old phones, I would zoom into these guys and just record a bunch of footage of dreadnoughts and stuff beating shit up. And that was entertaining.
Scouts
Now we got
ready.
extra rifles.
Yes,
I don't know if the
Lord.
bolt gun is a rifle actually. It looks more like a carbine. It's a bit too small for a rifle. Well, I say small. Relative to the size of the Space Marines themselves, it's small. Let's put it
Building
right there.
721 initiated.
You need to really build this up because it's an area right by my main base, so it's really good to have these areas as built up as possible.
Scouts in
So if someone
position.
makes it too close, it's much harder for them to take it over. There we go, see, Space Marines are getting into some combat already. There we go.
Secure.
Added another member. It is interesting to me that these guys don't come like fully reinforced. We've got scouts providing suppressive fire, and we've got Space Marines getting into melee combat. It's interesting that their melee damage is actually higher than their range damage, so getting them into melee combat is a good idea. I need to not do that. Just pick a word and stick with it. Where's the other guy? There he is.
Yes, Lord.
And you do benefit from having your squads as big as possible, so I'm going to do that.
Stay vigilant, brothers. My faith is my shield.
Here to
Now you can
serve.
attach your commander to squads, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait until he gets a melee squad. Because there's only one decent melee squad that will be easily available. I say easily available. Like these Grey Knights here, they'll be handy because he can join them. And they don't have morale, so they can't be morale broken. So it's a much better idea to have them attached to them. You're going to have a flamethrower.
I will do as you
Turrets.
ask.
Look at that. It amuses me. It amuses me that they're so basic looking. Look at that guy. He's proud of his flamethrower. It would be nice if the models were varied a bit, because when you buy a group of Space Marines, you get a lot of variation in their power
Yes,
armor
Lord.
and their weapons.
Taking
It's just some differences in appearance. Oh, that's not good. Pretty sure that's one of the the Farseer. She's this wisdom-filled woman who decided to charge against a group of Space Marines, you know, without any assistance.
Here
Oh, I
to
need more
serve.
power for that. Okay, let's go build another generator. I tend to like to build all my generators in one place and keep them away from other buildings, because if they get blown up, they can do damage to them.
With all due haste.
Yeah, see, it explodes violently. Will damage anything when destroyed. I was going to say explodes violently, that's what I was saying. Now the upside to these turrets is they can detect units that are using infiltration. So, you know, invisible guys, they can see them. Ooh, skull probe's a good idea. Eldar tend to like their infiltration usually. Not at the moment, they seem a bit
Scouts awaiting orders.
keen on just charging in and hoping it works. Has begun.
Yes, my lord. Scouts advance.
heresy grows from idleness.
Okay, we can now build a sergeant, which is handy to have. And a heavy bolter, let's do that, because it's a good anti-infantry weapon, actually. I want a rocket launcher. There we go, see? We're making
Here
progress.
to serve.
I'm going to build this area up to be as, well, as potent, not potent, that's the wrong word entirely, as defensive as possible. Like, I might even build a secondary one of these way back here, so the enemy can't destroy me so easily. But it's an expensive building, so it might have to wait. Nope, that needs a lot more power. Well, not a lot more power. Now we have the power. I have the
With all my
power.
haste, I await your instructions.
You know what? You just help. You can help him. Okay, Skull Probe has attached you to the Space Marine squad.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Scouts can already detect infiltrated units, so they don't need you. What I do like is if you right-click on a unit, it will produce it until you unclick it. And this way I can just leave it until I have the resources to produce it, and it'll get produced then. There we are. You can only have one of these guys, one of these squads, but that's fine.
Here to serve.
It's looking like power is going to be our biggest concern.
With all
It
my
usually is. I
haste,
usually find power to be the biggest concern. Do. No, I'm going to quickly zoom into him here and alternate that there
We will hold against this scum.
because I could use this sort of stuff as like as the thumbnail if I wanted to. I might not. I might look for a wallpaper like I usually do, or
Sent us to aid you.
we'll see what happens.
My faith is my shield.
That's more like it. We now got the Grey Knights and their cool spear-looking things. Well, they look more like glaives actually.
Yes, my lord.
Ah, there we go. He's noticed something. Let's pull these guys over here. Put them on that stance so they don't run down to it. Destroy that structure, because we've got a rocket launcher dude. They do decent amounts of damage to
Today
structures.
the enemy shall know fear.
The Grey Knights do a huge amount of damage on their own, so it's, you know, they'll be fine for a little bit. For a little bit, even.
yes, Lord.
I need to get over this starring. I know that I do.
I will do as you ask.
There. There are some things I would change about this game. There's a lot I'd change, actually, yeah. For starters, it's not the most tactical
Scouts
game.
awaiting
Like,
orders.
the vast majority of the tactics in this game simply revolve
Commencing
around
infiltration.
building a giant army and bulldozing everything. Which can be fun, but, you know, I do like having to approach things a bit more strategically. I liked XCOM 2, for example. Well, I liked XCOM, actually. But I couldn't get on with its random chance mechanic. You know, when I say random chance, what I mean is the 95% chances to miss to hit even, that will miss half the time is what I was going to say.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Okay, so we can now produce a librarian, he's quite powerful, and a chaplain, he's also quite powerful.
Taking heavy fire.
Scouts ready.
Heavy fire, well, they're taking fire, I wouldn't call it heavy fire, I think you're being a bit dramatic there, mate. Put these guys up.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw
I'll do the
breath,
same
there
here,
can
because
be
then they
no
can lay down
peace.
covering
Position
fire.
secure.
For the honor of
Because
the
these guys have got
chapter.
surprisingly good range on them.
Scouts ready.
Here to serve.
Okay, so we now need
I will do as you
one
ask.
of those. Look at that, look at that guy defying gravity there. See? Storm bolters. Now what's weird is sometimes the weapons do this thing where they have the shell eject animation, but others don't. I think I would have gone all the way or not at all, personally.
Scouts
That's just
awaiting
me.
orders.
Now if I research infiltration for those guys, they can attack while invisible and push forward that way. There we go. We sort of trapped him there.
At your command. Yes, my lord.
It probably means they've been capturing this lovely baby down here. Now
Scouts
relics are
advance.
handy. Capture one of those, you can produce your best units. For the Space
Infiltrating enemy
Marines, the
territory.
ultimate unit is a Land Raider.
Under fire.
Giant tank. It's brilliant. Oh. Get attacked.
Today the enemy
These guys
shall
need to go
know
into lead.
Feel the power of the Emperor. Fire in the hull.
Yeah, we are broken. Throw a grenade, do some damage.
Judgment of the righteous. Scum.
These guys are taking quite a beat, actually, aren't they?
The enemies of man.
While the enemies of the Emperor still
guys
draw
don't do
breath, there can be no peace.
You're in the best position to do so. You guys support her. The one downside is if they've got a really long range weapon, they will attack based on the maximum range of it.
Scum.
meaning they don't
Today the enemy shall
they don't
know
move
fear.
forward so that their normal guys can get in on the fun, which is a bit annoying.
On alert, brothers.
So I guess
the
that's
enemy
part
must
of
be
the
nearby.
tactics. Do, 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 do. You know what? Assault marines aren't a bad idea actually, because, well, they can fly. Now this is only on the medium difficulty, so I don't know what the base is. I don't think the enemy base will be that hard to conquer, but I can't put that there because I put that there. I can't
Area
delete structure.
secured.
Yes, Lord.
I will put some turrets in to defend this place.
Initiated.
Death from above.
Where's my other little survey bloke? Servitor. Servitor.
Initializing
Scouts
ground
in position.
I might put
protocol.
the secondary base down here, actually.
Search commencing.
Like I say, I can take a while deciding what to do here to build this up to be the most, the most defensible it can possibly be. Now, I don't tend to spread out over the whole map. I tend to just try to do what I can with the limited area I have.
Chosen.
Otherwise, I will literally spend hours on one map that doesn't need it.
Orders received, brother. Activating jump pack.
There we go, these guys are useful because they
Orders
get into
received.
fights quite easily.
The enemy is attacking.
And they can do this just to get into the middle to disrupt the enemy. Move these guys forward. Engage.
Fear denied.
Let's use that again, because there's quite a lot of enemies it can affect. There we go, see?
The Emperor guides my blade.
Right, you guys need to move forward.
Intelligence.
That Harlequin will be killed by the turrets, it's fine.
We will root it out.
Come down with all your might.
Scouts ready.
The
Scouts into
Emperor guides
position.
my blade.
This day shall be
My
a
assault
glorious
marines have been
one for the Imperium.
quite effectively buggered.
Activating jump pack. This is the judgment of the righteous. Scum.
Yeah, see,
Come down with all your might.
What would you have me do?
Returning to
you
battle.
guys need to pull back a little
I
bit.
shall not
What's
fail.
your order?
We need to build up a lot more before we can take them on. I've been wasting a bit too much time, I think, and they've built a nice big force.
Carry a big gun.
I've got my tiny little force,
Faith is our shield. We are the Emperor's chosen.
which is supposed to be how Space Marines operate. They're a smaller force, but they can do more because they're better.
Righteous. Scum.
Don't get me wrong, they're still quite effective at killing shit. So far, I'm still waiting to press that button to respawn a Grey Knight, because they have a lot of health. There we go. A couple of them. You guys move forward. No, you guys move forward.
Emperor's chosen.
I know you're not in the best position, but we need to get rid of that structure. Your melter bombs are quite effective. Nope, did not do as much as I would have hoped. Space Marines, handy. So what we do need is some more anti-infantry weapons to deal with these larger groups. So yeah, there are tactics in the game, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there aren't any, but the main tactic, as the Eldar just proved there, is to build a giant force and attack. Which is fine, I guess, just,
Yes, Lord.
you know, Dawn of War 2 did it a lot better. There are mods that can probably improve this as well.
I await your
You know what, let's
instructions.
use him. This guy can stay over in the base. Because we need more turrets just to be on the safe side.
Protocol.
Ever vigilant.
Right, here's what I'll do. I'm going to capture this point, but I'm not going to put a listing post on it so we don't, we don't waste resources on something that will probably just get destroyed.
What's your order?
There we go. So we managed to pull ourselves back a bit from the abyss there, didn't we?
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Again, we're going to put these guys onto their ranged. No, that's the one. That's ranged.
We stand ready.
Praise the Emperor. I
No,
serve
see,
mankind.
I was right. I want them on this hold ground so they don't go hunting.
What's your order? Awaiting orders.
Now what we can do, actually, is increase their effectiveness, like biotics, equips them with, dramatically increases maximum health of Space Marines. There, need that. Need that as well. And a Hellfire Dreadnought would not go amiss, because they're quite effective anti-everything, really. It's got missiles and guns, so
Objective
yeah, it's a
achieved.
wonderful lineup there.
Direct us to the enemy. We stand
That
ready.
shouldn't be too shitty. Again, At the time it was fine, and even then I still enjoy how the game looks and plays.
I await your instructions.
I'm pretty sure we lost our skull probe.
Fear
Yeah, we
denies
lost it.
faith.
I'm not building another one. It's a pain in the ass.
awoken. Command me.
Lovely.
Taking
Now
damage.
sorted. Because this small force probably could do the job if we're smart about our approach. Just give my commander an upgrade. It raises
The
health a bit.
Emperor protects. The Emperor protects.
The main reason I like to take a while on each map is because you've got to start research all over again for every map. Which is a bit boring. Two machine guns basically and a
The
plasma gun.
Emperor protects.
You guys have no upgrades, you can do so. There you go, see now. I'm getting the sense they want to just get this over with. Okay. Do an attack move, because then they'll stop and attack anything. No, that's the wrong move then, isn't it?
Direct us to the
Let's
enemy.
deploy these guys. And attack that. Where's my Dreadnought gone? He's just standing there. Of course he is.
I have waited long.
Downside to that Harlequin is that really screw my swords.
No peace.
The way they... That's like Harlequin now. Stop attacking these guys actually, rather than just trying to fight your way through.
This is the judgment of the righteous.
Because that way you get rid of the guys causing us trouble as it goes. We lost another Grey Knight.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
They kind of can stand before you. They're proving that right now. They're actually proving to be...
Strike them down with all
There's a
your
cloaked
might.
turret over there.
What's your order?
He who
Moving out.
stands with me shall be
Oh dear,
my brother.
my assault guns have not been
Destroy the armor.
favoured in this, have they?
Activating jump pack.
Get them to pull out.
I am the instrument of his will. What's your order?
Group up here, you
Today
guys.
the enemy shall know fear.
Feel the power of the Emperor.
We might be looking at having to rebuild our force, because
This day
I think I tried to charge in too soon.
He who stands with me shall be my
Yeah, we're going to pull back actually. I think that's the wise choice. Pull back for now. Because once I upgrade this fully, this base fully, I can build the best bit of space
Awaiting
marine.
orders.
Oh, can't do anymore.
I await your
This orbital
instructions.
relay, which I can use to send space marines into orbit and bring them back down.
Initializing build
Let's build another
protocol.
barracks as well. Why not?
What would you have me do?
Taking heavy fire.
How many of my regular marines made it out of that one? None. None of them did. Okay, we need more marines, and we need them fast. The problem is the space marines don't have many decent
Rose from idleness.
While the enemies of the
melee
Emperor
units to
still
work
breath,
with.
there can be no peace.
There we go. Missile turret. That's handy.
Direct us to the enemy.
I did forget how aggressively
Yes, my
difficult this
lord.
can be. Oh no, he's gonna die. There's no point trying to save him.
Marine squad
Softly and
deployed.
carry a big
Aren't I
gun.
great? Aren't I a great commander? You know,
Awaiting
you're dead
orders.
anyway. Might as well just leave you to it. Oh yeah, I can't add more.
Awaiting orders. We stand
So what we're
ready.
going to do with these guys is
Cleanse, purge, kill.
missile. Dush. Get all their heavy weapons sorted as soon as fast as possible.
Marine squad deployed.
That's a good one actually.
Fear our wrath.
We're already running out of a troop cap.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Taking heavy fire.
Heavy fire. Dreadnought. I forgot all about my Dreadnought.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
You guys go there, but hold your ground.
Onward
You do
to
the same,
glory.
so that we can provide a
Faith
wall of
is our
cover
shield.
fire if the enemy approach too fast,
Heresy grows from idleness.
which they will. So that Wraith Lord is one of the biggest problems. It will really screw you up if you let it. You hold your ground.
Heresy grows from idleness.
So if we can destroy this enemy force, we can, move in while they're vulnerable.
Yes, Lord.
We are the
Oh, my
Emperor's
monastery is
chosen. The Emperor
done.
guides my blade.
I will do as you ask.
Walk softly and carry
He's
a big
taking a
gun.
huge amount of punishment there, isn't he? You guys focus on
Crush the enemies of the Imperium. Yes, my lord.
to press that.
Your order.
Press that.
What would you have?
I have a feeling while my team is suffering,
Enemies of the Emperor
let's
still
pull back
draw breath.
actually.
There can be no peace.
Pull back and attack from range.
Enemy is attacking.
Even in death I still serve.
Beware the aliens.
Focus fire on him, because he is really screwing us.
Walk softly and carry a big
Not you
gun.
guys, though. You guys stay where you are. Yeah, see, he's in a bad... See, we came out on top. We
Fear
came out on
denies
top.
faith.
The Eldar are now quite, you know,
Heresy grows from
undermanned.
idleness.
So what we're going to do...
Heresy grows from idleness.
we built our relay, yep. So what we can do now is
We
send these
stand
guys
ready.
into orbit and drop them down
Fear
directly
denies
into the
faith.
enemy base, which I'm going to do because
Embark.
it's fun. But first,
Heresy
missile
grows from
launchers, because I
idleness.
want to be able to take it out fast.
Cleanse, urge, kill.
This can only hold about 4 or 5 units,
your
but it's
order?
fine. And let's build an armored transport to get these guys across the map safely.
Here to
The upside to
serve.
having this little base down here is that if something happens and I lose my main base, I've still got a way to fight this. My Dreadnought is very
By
much
his
screwed.
word.
I need to get him. I need to return him and
To
repair
lead my
him.
brothers.
That needs an upgrade.
Here to serve.
My Rhino transport's ready.
We stand ready.
See, me and my friend, a close friend of mine, we used to love this game series. We used to base a whole sci-fi world around this sort of stuff.
What's your order?
Not so much anymore. We're more into fantasy now, but you know. One good idea actually is an apothecary, because he raises the health regeneration
Yes,
of
my
nearby
lord.
allies.
Awaiting orders.
Let's get these guys into orbit. Oh yeah, I can hold 3 units. Is there anyone else I want to put
At
in
your
here?
command.
Not particularly.
My faith is my shield.
Apothecary ready.
There,
How can I
apothecary
serve?
ready. Attached to this space.
Who requires my
I
aid?
am ready to
Here
serve.
Where's my
serve.
builder?
Again.
There he is.
I
Repair
exist
him.
to serve.
So I spent nearly half an hour in this
Yes,
map
most
alone,
beneficent one.
and I will do that.
Here
I
to
spend a
serve.
lot of time in maps, just preparing everything, because if I invest in it now, I've got the best chance of fighting off anyone who attacks it. There we go. I'm going to fully upgrade both of them, so that, again, if one breaks, the other's still available.
The Emperor protects.
Yeah. He's got a lot of health, so it will take him a while to get fully healed, but we don't need him to be fully healed. Most of the way will do. I'm going to produce a squad of Terminators, and I'm going to leave them for now.
On
Right,
alert,
let's
brothers.
hurry
The
up and
enemy
move
must
in
be
while we've got a
nearby.
chance. We've got an opening, we're going to have to take it while we've still got a chance to make this good on this.
I will crush those who stand before
Right,
me.
he's
Fire. Fear denies faith.
already my tank is under fire. It just drives right into them. It does, it just drives right into them. So some of the things in this don't have the best sense of self-preservation. There's
Activating
a
jump
dive
pad.
on in.
Taking
Melt
damage.
a bomb that. All we have to do is destroy the headquarters, and the match is ours. Deploy my marines, just drop them here. That'll work. I always like this bit. It's not the most spectacular, but you know, I like just seeing
While
it
the
drop
enemies
on
of the Emperor still draw breath, there can
Focus
be
fire
no
on
peace.
We don't need to be elegant about this at all. We just have to destroy that, and we're done. See, it's already taken a huge amount of
How
damage.
can I serve?
That Rhino's just going to sit there. It's got no weapons, so I don't blame it. At least the Sister of Battle version has a way of defending itself. I said the match would be over, but that's if they haven't started building another headquarters building like I did, which they will do. They're not the computer on this isn't as dumb as I would like it to be. What's it building? Generator. We might just have to go on a bit of extermination here and figure out where the new headquarters building is located,
Fear our
so that we can effectively destroy it. There's a builder there. If we kill the builder, he can't build a new one. Right, so let's destroy their means of getting more resources. Oh dear, this isn't going well for me, my guys. Well, that's why we have Terminators.
Yes, my lord.
Downside is I now got to move these guys manually.
Apothecary here.
While the enemies
Somehow
of the
three
Emperor still
squads
draw
of dudes
breath,
can
there
fit
can
into
be
that.
no peace.
We're not going to question it though, we're just going to let that be a thing. That's how it works.
I am the instrument of his will.
Destroy that. Again, we mostly just need to destroy the things giving them the resources, because if we do that, they don't really have an alternative. They can't produce anything effectively. Deploy once or once. But I would like to get rid of that, just in case.
At last, back to war.
This is the judgment of
I have waited long for this day.
Luckily, these guys successfully fought off my attackers.
I await your instructions.
You build another tower now.
Yes,
Where's my other builder? Oh, I guess he died. Fair enough. Let's just produce a bunch of builders. I'd like to know where they built the other headquarters, because they don't always. Half the time you just let your steamroll them, but it seems this time they're actually more determined to survive.
Taking damage.
Right. They explode. Wow, they explode so violently.
Just stop us.
Again, so everyone focus fire on the bits that really need to be destroyed. We'll be efficient. I say efficient. We'll be vicious about this. We'll destroy everything.
Squad is marked.
And you guys can load back up because that building is not dangerous.
Even in death, I still serve.
It doesn't explode properly and it doesn't produce units. It does research, but you know.
Even in death, I
He's
still
running
serve.
this way, which probably
We are
means
the
there's something
Emperor's
here.
chosen.
Right. Because this is their main area. Yes, he's trying to build a webway gate. Keep those marines down there. Push forward. I might have to take it back. There's more tactical shit going on here than I realised.
Follow me into battle.
Hang on, it's probably invisible.
At last, back to war.
Because that happens. They build invisible stuff a lot. They're Eldar, that's what they do. Again, I'm not going to worry too much about
Taking damage.
singular listening posts. I need something that can detect infiltrated units, but I haven't got anything.
I await your instructions.
I just realised that.
Initializing build
My Space Marine
protocol.
commander can't do that shit, because he's useless. I say useless, he was doing quite well for a while.
We are the
Kill those
Emperor's
corpse
orders.
bags.
What are your needs?
Just destroy that, because I don't want it.
Scouts in position. Boarding now.
You know what, you guys just get straight into that.
The Emperor's finest, reporting.
And build some more cannons, there you go. Right, they're all coming from this way, so they've probably built it close to this point here on the map. Or up in this area here, so we're gonna
Praise the Emperor.
running out of grey knights. You know what?
It is better
My guns
to
are
die
out, I
for
might
the
as well just
Emperor
push
than
forward
live
here.
for yourself.
See, they're trying to... They keep sending building units through this area. It's funny, because those units can teleport. So the computer isn't going to make them teleport.
The enemy must be nearby.
Orders
What do you push
received.
forward? I want you to all be close enough to use your guns.
Cleanse, purge, kill. Taking attack by
That'll do.
orders.
There's enough of you close by now, I think. Your weapons can get to them.
All sinners fear the Emperor's wrath.
Okay, drop my scouts in over here. We just need them to be close enough to something to see what's going on, really. That's all we need.
Even in death, I still serve.
Awaiting orders.
You know what, you guys come over here as well.
Activating jump pack.
Yes, my lord.
Oh god.
My faith is my shield.
Problem is I keep leaving them on that stance when they just stand there.
For the Emperor.
We're going to push forward and just assume this is where they're
Scouts in
keeping all their
position.
stuff. This is the main area we'd like to do it
The
in.
Emperor guides my blade in the skies.
Yeah, there we go.
Vigilant.
See, you cheeky buggers. I had the same idea.
Beware the alien.
What we've got to do is get them over here.
Heresy grows from idleness.
On alert.
And,
The
yeah.
enemy must be nearby.
Back. Just build the just bombard it. Oh, my tank was alive. I didn't realise. Keep these Terminators handy just in case they've got a third. I don't think they'll have a third, but they might have a third.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. Space Marines, advance! My aim shall not falter!
Again, you will keep building shit.
Awaiting orders. Around strong charge.
Attack the guys that
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Never vigilant.
That's what can focus on. The rest of you focus on the
Walk
headquarters.
softly and carry a big gun.
No, focus on it first. There we go.
Space Marines,
Keeps producing new ones because it knows what I'm trying to do. But we just got to finish it off. We've got to finish this off first.
This is the judgment of the righteous.
There's another bone singer.
On alert.
Kill him
The
quite
enemy must be nearby.
The Emperor guides my blade.
This is taking longer than I thought it would. I'm kind of used to just steamrolling over it, but it has been a while. Maybe I was just much better at the game back then than I realised I was. There we go. We did it. We killed the Eldar. As the space Nazis. Oh, we got 2 pieces of war gear. A 3-to-1 kill ratio. Okay, that's good. Now, usually I favour defence over the over offence at first. That's just me. He's got nothing that will allow him to detect infiltrated units. And let's custom Greaves. Let's do that because they look badass. Again, I know the graphics aren't great, but it still looks badass. And Iron Halo protects against ranged attacks, increases health, greatly increases health. Protects against melee attacks, increases health. Increases health and damage. That's not bad, but I'd rather go for the pauldrons first. But you know what? Yeah, we'll go for pauldrons first. We'll gold him up as much as possible. I say gold; it looks more yellowy, but it's fine. There he goes, praying. And what we can do now is reinforce this area, like put some troops in it, so that if we get attacked again, we've already got some forces there. And end turn. Got to be careful, because sometimes the enemy will go straight for you. Other times they'll wait, and what they're doing is just building up their resources to attack, which is fine. I have a feeling the Eldar are going to come for us in the next episode. I think I'm going to try and deal with them first. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this game now. Save. I've already got a Space Marines game. Let's just call it Board Marine. Marin? Yeah. There we go. It's saved. And that'll be the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm not going to keep begging you. I am going to keep begging you. Anyway, until next time, that's Board Gamer signing off.